O my son, I hear all things. O my son, I hear Allah's Messenger ﷺ saying, who dies believing something other than this does not belong to me. Qadar, it's a big problem. So, the belief in Qadar is one of the pillars of Iman. And the belief in Qadar gives you actually a motivation, because you don't worry about anything. What is written for you will not miss you. It will come to you. And what missed you, it's not yours. Understand? For instance, your colleague got promoted. Okay, that's it. That is his, not yours. So this gives you a sense of relief. Understand? You will not envy your colleague and start, plotting, planning to do things. You will go, congratulate him and say, good luck, you deserve it. Well done. Give him a hug. So this will create positive atmosphere, right? It will create a positive atmosphere that there is no jealousy of each other among the colleagues. Because you believe that if this post is supposed to get it, you will get it. But it's not yours. It's for somebody else. Are you following me? So this gives you calmness, peace of mind. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, if something is yours, you'll get it. Believe me, you'll get it. No one can deprive you of that. You'll get it. But if it's not yours, don't regret. It's not yours. Are you following? Also, the Prophet, in a slightly different narrations than Ahmad, إن أول ما خلق الله تعالى القلم فقال له اكتب فجرى في تلك الساعة بما هو كائن إلى يوم القيامة. This narration is weak narration, because in the Sanad Ayyub al-Himsi, and he is weak. The first thing Allah has created was the pen to write everything, and the preserved tablet. He said to it, write. And in that very hour, all what was to occur was written until the day of resurrection. So remember now, God knows whatever is going to come in the future. Nothing is hidden from God Almighty. He knows. Otherwise, He's not God. So He has to know what is happening in His kingdom. So nothing is hidden. Things are hidden from us because our knowledge is limited. The human being's knowledge is limited. And there are many, many examples to show that his knowledge is limited. For instance, how many times you have seen medicines in the market and they have been drawn? Medicines were put in the market, people started using them, and then these medicines started to cause troubles. So they said, no, take them. That shows what? That your knowledge is limited and you didn't know the consequences. And always, any medicine, take the prescription and read it. What you'll find? Side effects, right? What does it mean, side effects? It means it will help you, it will going to cause something damage somewhere else. Some damage somewhere else. So man is limited in everything. But his arrogance, this is the nature of man. He doesn't want to admit his limitation. He doesn't want to admit that. But he is limited. So, God Almighty, when He created everything, He created everything in order. Because of greediness. At the same time, you find in another place they are dumping food into the ocean. Why? To maintain the prices high. So the problem actually, and then you find, on top of that, people they say, if God is there, why these things are happening? These things are happening because of your stupidity, you man. You started to mess with God's creation. You understand? For instance, you bought a new car and the manufacturer is telling you, here you fill the oil, the gasoline, the petrol. You said, no, I know better than the manufacturer, I put water. And the engine, whom should you blame? The manufacturer? You blame yourself because you did not follow the manual. True or not? So the Creator, He gave everything and He said, follow my instructions. This is how you can maintain it. He said, no, we know better how to run it. This is exactly what is happening. And then we start to suffer. Man starts to suffer. Also, in another place, another narration, the Prophet ﷺ said, فَمَنْ لَمْ يُؤْمِنْ بِالْقَدْرِ خَيْرِ وَشَرِّهِ أَحْرَقَهُ اللَّهُ بِالنَّارِ. This is Hassan, this narration. If you don't believe in the qadr, that God Almighty knows everything, that means you deny Him. Whether good or bad will be burnt by the fire. Now, who defines good and bad? Man or the Creator of man? If the definition is left to us, you say, this is good. I'm saying it is bad. Okay? So, what make your definition more acceptable than mine? True or not? We're all human beings. Why I have to accept your definition or your opinion that it is good, and you don't accept my opinion it is bad? So there should be one to define what is good and what is bad. Don't you know now things have changed? Things we used to call them bad in the past, now they are good, acceptable, true or not? Yes, 50 years back. Things were called taboo. You can't even utter them. Indecent to talk or to mention them. Nowadays, acceptable. Nothing is taboo anymore. So when you start to define good and bad, it is chaos. So God Almighty, He wants us to live on His planet according to His terms. Are you following? According to His own terms. Because He created you in the first place, and He knows what is good for you and what is not. Also, another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Ataytu, where Ubay ibn Ka'b is saying that, and this is Hassan and Sunan Abu Dawood. He said, Ataytu Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu anhu faqultu fi nafsi shay'un min al-qadar. There's something about the qadar. فحدثني بشيء لعل الله يذهبه من قلبي. فقال لو أنفقت مثل أحد ذهبا ما قبله الله منك حتى تؤمن بالقدر وتعلم أن ما أصابك لم يكن ليخطئك وما أخطأك لم يكن ليصيبك ولو مت على غير هذا لكنت من أهل النار. قال فأتيت عبد الله بن مسعود وحذيفة بن اليمان وزيد بن ثابت فكلهم حدثني بمثل ذلك عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. الله أكبر. Narration, the narrator says, I went to Ubay ibn Ka'b, and Ubay ibn Ka'b was one of the scholars of the Sahaba. And I said to him, there is something within me, doubt regarding predestiny. Because the issue that many people think, they think predestiny means man has no free will. It doesn't mean that. God has given you free will to choose. And He told you this is right and this is wrong. It is your choice. Go. But blame no one but yourself on that day. On the day of resurrection, you will be called for reckoning, for accountability. I have told you this is right, this is wrong. Messengers of God came to you and they showed you the way.